In 2012, Kevin Settee's kidney started failing. He'd been dealing with kidney disease since he was a child, and he desperately needed an organ donation. Well, it turns out the answer was close by. His brother Craig was the perfect match. The siblings had a successful transplant surgeries that saved Kevin's life. And Craig is joining us this morning to share more of their amazing story. Good to meet you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Craig, tell me about the moment when you learned you were the match for Kevin.
Yeah, it was a pretty surreal moment. Definitely the last step in the testing process for the kidney donation was my mom and I met with the transplant surgeon, and he let us know that it was all going to go ahead. And my brother was waiting downstairs to hear the news, and it was really great to be able to go and share that news with him right after that last appointment.
The surgery itself was successful. How did you feel going into surgery?
I definitely had a nervous excitement about it. Lots of emotions, I think, going in, just trusting that everything will go right, and it certainly did. So, just being able to ensure that our family was ready for the process, and that definitely the doctors and surgeons were definitely all ready for it, and surreal moment to be able to go and be able to transplant one of my own organs to a family member.
Okay, so Craig, this is my question. Do you look at your brother and you're like, you have one of my kidneys? Like, does that thought still come across your mind? Do you have jokes that you share back and forth with one another?
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting to learn that they don't take any of his kidneys out. They just add one of my kidneys and connect the ureters and the veins there and everything to his kidneys. So he's actually got 3 kidneys in his body now, and I've got one. But yeah, definitely a beautiful experience to be able to go through that whole process and have that gift of life.
And an amazing experience. You mentioned your mom as part of the story. As a mom, I can't imagine the emotions that she felt knowing that the answer to his health was lying, in his brother. Amazing story. How is Kevin doing?
Yeah, Kevin's doing great. He's, being able to continue doing a lot of work with youth in Winnipeg and doing a lot of filmmaking work as well that he does. So, yeah, he's able to travel and live a full life. Not being on dialysis anymore, so a little bit more freedom to travel and be free in that way.
We were just showing this incredible photograph. You and your brother are both part of the Great Actions Leave a Mark campaign. Can you tell me more about this photo and why you both wanted to be involved in the campaign?
For sure, yeah. So Great Actions Leave a Mark campaign was launched by UHN's Ajmera Transplant Center in Toronto and the Center for Living Organ Donation. It's the first of its kind to combine photos and videos of recipients and living donors across Canada to help start conversations about living donation. It was also created in collaboration with the YE agency. And so Kevin and I participated with a group in Winnipeg to participate in this campaign as well, and just to be able to capture some of the photos and stories from fellow transplant recipients and transplant donors. It's just really amazing to be able to help raise awareness and improve access to living kidney and liver donation.
You work in research, Craig, that focuses on how kidney disease affects Indigenous people. Tell me about the lack of access to care that exists for those living in reservations or remote communities.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficulty to access care, especially for transplants. People have to definitely transfer and travel to many of the major cities to go and have transplants, and just the cost of travel, the cost of food, the cost of having to stay in hotels, and that whole process to stay for those that time during a transplant, and even for the testing for the testing process for transplant, it's multiple tests. So just the cost of all of that can definitely be hard on families and people who want to access living donation transplants. So I think that's a really big part of just that access to transplant and access to care can be difficult if you're not living in a major center where transplants are offered.
It's an important issue to keep at the fore, especially as we continue to have ongoing conversations about healthcare and access in this country. Hey, Craig, it was really great to meet you. All our best to you, and give our best to Kevin as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much for having me on.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.